Okay, good morning. Today is May 13th, 2020. You should be grabbing your packet that says May 11 through 15, making sure that you're not looking ahead. If you have a highlighter, that would be great. If you don't have a highlighter, you could use a yellow crayon, a light green crayon, or you can just underline with your pen or pencil, whatever you're using. Make sure you're following your daily schedule here. If you're in Miss Rudolph's class, of course, that's your name for Raz Kids. Okay, we're going to go past Monday. We're going to go past Tuesday. And we are on almost there. Wednesday. Okay. So if we want to practice writing the date, we're going to write 5/13/2020. And if you really want to practice writing the date formally, because we are working with proper nouns and capitalizing the months, then you could write May 13th followed by a comma 2020. Okay. Alrighty, let's go ahead and turn the page and see what we have to do. So as normal, as usual, we're going to start with our phonics. And we are continuing to work with vowel team syllables. And we know that all of our vowels, if we need to remind ourselves, are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Okay, and we know that a team is more than one. So pretty much we are looking for two vowels put together to help us to be able to read words better. Okay, so look for vowel teams such as I-O, E-A, E-E, A-O-A, A-U, A-I, and O-U to help read longer words with more than one syllable. Okay, so section A says to put the two syllables together to make a word and write the word on the line. So this is going to be pretty easy for you guys. All they're doing is they have separated these words into their proper syllables, and you just have to put them back. So you're just eliminating the space. So here I have point. Here's my vowel team. So if you want to take this a little bit further, why don't you highlight, circle, underline, somehow identify your vowel team there, okay? So I'm going to put in pointer, okay? Point and then So that's all you have to do with 1 through 7 is put those syllables together. All right, in section B, it says complete each sentence with a word that you made. Write the correct word on the line. So all of 8 through 14, your answer choices are going to be the words that you make up here. So let's see. A, another word for the fall season is, there we go, it's autumn. Autumn. You don't, that N is silent. It's kind of an interesting, harder word to read. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing for 9 through 14. Okay, remembering we're on Wednesday, we're just going to turn one page. We're continuing to work with proper nouns, capitalizing our letters. And in this, on this page and on this day in particular, we are focusing on, it looks like, the months of the year. So use capital letters for the months of the year. Go ahead and highlight that. That's very important. Oh, and look over here. We can see that they highlighted the title and Mr. G. Hogg. And also remember that when we want to capitalize a letter, if it is lowercase, we can put 3 lines under the letter, which will indicate that we want to capitalize it. This is our editing marks here, okay? So your directions say to read the sentence below and write the month correctly on the line after each sentence. So I'll read number 1 with you, and then we'll do number 2 together. You'll do the rest alone, okay? So number 1 says Labor Day is in September, and all you have to do is identify the word that needs to be capitalized. Of course, that word is September. So I'm going to practice my editing marks because we do editing on Thursday anyways. And this is just telling me, oops, okay, that S should have been capitalized, but then I'm also going to practice my handwriting and I'm going to rewrite the word neatly on the line. So number 2 says Groundhog Day is in February. Notice all the holidays, they're already capitalized just as they should be. Even the word day is capitalized. But what word is not capitalized in here? Of course, the month is February, so we need to capitalize the F in February. So I put my 3 lines under the F, and then I rewrite February. All right, so you'll do the same for 3 through 9, okay? All right, go ahead and turn the page. Okay, guess what? This is actually going to be some easier math, I think, for you guys. I am not going to demonstrate 1 through 3 because I do think you already have some prior knowledge around this. We are working on adding and subtracting within 100. I will model how to do number 4. I'm going to model how to do number 12, and I'm going to model how to do number 15. Okay, so 4, 12, and 15. Let me highlight those so I remember. 4, 12, 15. All right, so when I'm adding my ones columns first. 6 plus 6, that's 12. I put my 2 down because that's in the ones place. I carry my 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 92 is the sum. All right. Hey, if you even want to practice some vocabulary while you're doing this, just give yourself an extra challenge. Because it's an adding problem, you could write the sum. I put a colon because that means is. The sum is 92. So all of these, you're finding the sum for 1 through 11. The only thing I do want to notate is in number 1, notice that you only have a number in the ones place. That would go directly under the 6 because that 6 is also in the ones place when you line these numbers up, if you need to line them up. Some of you might be able to do this mentally. But when you're looking at number 1, also look at how number 7 is set up as a reminder. Okay? Now let's do number 12. And we're sort of going to touch on what we just talked about with lining up correctly in place values. So for number 12, we're going to do 74 minus 8. We line up our ones place. 4 minus 8, I can't do that. That does not say 8 minus 4, which is a common mistake. We'll get a lot of students that will put 4 in the ones place here. It's 4 minus 8. So in order to even be able to work this problem out, I'm going to have to regroup. So I go over to the 7, which is in the tens place. I borrow 1 from the tens place, so that 7 now becomes a 6, and really I'm borrowing 10, which is how the 4 becomes a 14, because we do 10 plus 4 is 14. So that 4 now becomes a 14, and now I can work my problem. So 14 minus 8 is going to be 6, good job. And then 6 minus nothing, you're just bringing it down. So your difference is 66. When we subtract, the answer is going to be the difference. So if you want to give yourself a little extra practice, you can write difference above each one of your answers just to really get into your mind, okay, this vocabulary word associates with subtraction. All right, let's do number 15, then you'll do the rest alone. 2 minus 4, again, this is the same predicament that we were in on this problem. We are not doing 4 minus 2, we're doing 2 minus 4. And that we need, that number 2 is not big enough to do this subtraction problem. So we have to come over to the 4, we have to borrow in the tens place. The 4 becomes a 3. We're regrouping. The 2 now becomes a 12. 12 minus 4, go ahead and figure out what that is. And it's 8, good job. And then 3 minus 3 is 0. You can choose to write the 0 or you don't have to. I am going to write the difference. The difference is 8. The difference between 42 and 34 is 8. All right, so you work the rest of that today. Oh, pictographs. I love, oh, these are horizontal bar graphs. Okay, I love bar graphs, and we've been working with pictographs and bar graphs. So before we were working with picture graphs where it gave us actual pictures. But now your 2 vocabulary words are horizontal bar graph and vertical bar graph. The word horizontal means to go across, left to right. Vertical means top to bottom, okay? So here we have a horizontal bar graph. We see those bars are running left to right. See that? All the way across, all the way across, all the way across. Oh, Mexico. All right, and then we have our vertical bar graph, and we see that that's running top to bottom, okay? Different kinds of flowers. So you don't have anything to do here. Maybe just color your different bars a different color, and then even identify what number value goes with the bar. So, for example, with United States, coins in my collections. I have coins from the United States, I have coins from Canada, Mexico, Japan, and India. All right, so how many coins do I have from the United States? I have 10. How many coins do I have from Canada? I have, so I go to the line and come down 4. Okay, so do you understand what you're doing here? You're just going to at least identify the numbers. Now, those of you that want an extra challenge, you can make your problems up for yourself and write a few of those on the back. And if you do make some problems up, take a picture, send it to me. I will post it on Class Dojo so that all your friends can also try to work out your problems. Okay, and we are coming to writing. Remember, we're painting our bedroom. So if you still have space in your rough draft, I would recommend going back to that. And then if you run out, you can come back over here. So I'm going to remind myself about the 2 paragraphs that I wrote yesterday. And I'm also going to make sure that I am using my brainstorm. Now, if you are very neat and organized, it would not be a bad idea to tear this page off and just place it in front of you when you're doing your rough draft. However, if there's a lot going on in your house and you're afraid that you might lose it, then just leave everything attached and you can flip back and forth. Okay, so yesterday I wrote about my main idea. I also wrote my paragraph 2, which was my first detail about nature. And now I'm going to do 3 different pictures in my bedroom of what I'm painting. So on one wall I'm doing nature, one wall I'm doing family, one wall I'm doing, you guys know I love my dogs. My dog's playing. Okay? So my next paragraph is going to be about my family. Now again, let me just refresh my memory what I wrote about. Okay, have you ever had an offer you couldn't turn down? One day my parents surprised me with the best idea ever. They told me I could paint my bedroom however I wanted. I couldn't wait to get started. First, now, and I'm gonna stop right here for a second. I can see that this word actually should have been separated, how and ever. But I am still in my rough draft writing process. Therefore, I am not going to worry about spelling or punctuation or changing anything I've written right now. I'm still in the rough draft process. I'm still in the creative process. My goal today is just to get all of the great ideas that are in my head on paper. And tomorrow I will start fixing any of my mistakes. Okay? All right, paragraph 2. First, I wanted to paint one of my bedroom walls to look like nature. On the wall, I painted mountains, lakes, and rivers. It was so realistic that I felt like I was in the woods. Okay, now I'm going to make sure I use my transition. Next, I love my family so much that I painted them on another wall. I painted my mom, my dad, and my loving grandma. Now, whenever I am in my room, I don't feel alone because I see their faces on the wall. Period. Okay. Now I'm going to remind myself with paragraph 4. What was I writing about? Let's see. Oh, my dogs, of course. Then, of course, I painted my dogs on the bedroom wall. I adore my dogs, so they had to be part of this cool project. When you come in my room, you will see their adorable faces on the wall. Okay? And now I'm doing my concluding paragraph. So what does that begin with? That's right, in conclusion. So, in conclusion, painting my bedroom walls. However, I wanted was the coolest thing ever. I am so grateful my parents let me do this. Remember not to do the same thing without permission from an adult, because it would not be a good idea to start painting your walls without your guardian to know or give you permission. Okay, so great idea. Don't do it though unless somebody at home tells you can. All right, so I'm done my rough draft. I'm really proud of it. Love the idea. Love writing. It's just such a creative thing. So fun. Okay, so we're going back to Wednesday and we are on the homework section. In this section, you're going to fill out still, because this is the page you normally would have gotten for homework, that you need to read for 20 minutes. You can fill in the title, and that can be off a Raz Kids book or a regular book at home. Read your sight words, practice your sight words list 1 through 7. That's important because it makes up almost 90% of the words that you'll read in second grade books. Make flashcards of any unknown words. And remember, you don't need index cards if you don't have them. You can just use a piece of paper. Cut them up into little rectangles, or if you don't have scissors, you can fold it a few times and then tear it, okay? Spelling art, my favorite one. You're going to choose 4 words and write the words on the line and then draw the pictures, okay? And then we get to continue with math on working on picture graphs, which I love. So this is read the picture graphs, write the number, ring, more or fewer. I don't know why they use the word ring. I feel like it should be circle, but regardless, they mean circle. Really make sure you analyze your graphs before you actually go into the questions. So what am I looking at? Okay, the title is the number of goldfish. All right, Mina, Emily, Raj, it looks like they all have different numbers of goldfish, right? So for number 2, or for number 1 rather, you're going to write Mina has blank, more, fewer goldfish than Emily. And the goal here is that you circle either more or fewer. But remember our strategy from earlier this week. I would write the numbers on the end of the row of how many they have. So Mina has 1, 2, 3, 4. Emily has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Raj has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Mina has, she has 7. I'm going to write it. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Mina has 4. And then Emily has 7. So Mina has less. Fewer means less. Fewer means less. So she has, let's see, well, you'd have to do 7 minus 4. You guys know that is 3. All right, so then you're going to do the rest of your work there. Okay? All right, you guys, that's all the work that you're doing today in your packets. I will see you back here for Thursday's work. Make sure you're doing your Raz Kids. Make sure you're doing your Prodigy. You're doing excellent with IXL. Really proud of all the work you're doing there. And be kind to your brothers and sisters. Find one way that you can help around the house. Do something to help around the house, okay? And try to get outside as well. All right, you guys, I miss you. I will see you on, well, I'll see you at our Zoom, but I'll also see you tomorrow's YouTube session. All right, have a great day. Bye.